blame, you net it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the farm, feeling like the gold. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. Some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP Money. This is our daily live AMA and recap event of our very successful, so far, and only going to get better, POW'r Up NFT launch. So, again, we've been up for about 24 hours straight, if not a little bit more, just making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So don't mind me if I sound a little tired, but I wanted to jump on as we usually do with our daily AMAs, give a brief update, some more info on how the mint is going, clarify a few things, and then we can get ready for tomorrow with another day of big promotion. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Also, I'm joined by my 2 other sleepy and tired team members, Bull and LA. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, AJ, I'm good. I'm ready to do some paddling, I guess. We have a bunch of, well, not a bunch. There's a few fudders who don't like the name, but you know, you want to talk about that right now or anything?
Yeah, no, absolutely, Bull.
I'd love to.
Yeah, so totally.
Okay.
I'll let you take the lead, bro, and then I can follow up. So
yeah,
go ahead.
So we're all here to make money. We're here to build creative products, creative names. Don't get hung up on a name, right? Because if that is the best you got is to complain about a name, I guess you're going to advocate for real life farmers to come in and invade video game forums and complain about the term farming because you're not growing crops in the physical ground. So should farmers get upset? Should coal miners come in and laugh at Bitcoin miners for calling themselves miners? No, that's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's silly to waste your time bashing on a name, trying to label something in the industry, you know, like what you think it is. What you think it is doesn't mean that's what it is. I know, you know, people's mom told them that they were special, but you're not. And so if you don't like the name, you don't like the name, but you don't define the terms of what something is called in the space. The people that create it define what the terms are. If you don't like it, you know, cool. But, you know, generically speaking, you know, the term mining just means you are investing in something to have, you know, extract something of value over time, hoping that that thing is going to be worth more over time. Just like we made the funny, you know, Randy made the funny analogy yesterday of a dentist is actually a miner. You know, they've, you know, put all that upfront cost to extract cavities and everything from your mouth. And then charge you, hoping to make more over time than what, you know, their education, their building, their equipment cost. Mining is just a term. So don't get hung up on it. Don't get, you know, irate. Don't run up and down the street acting like an idiot. The name is just the name. If you don't like it, you know, it's kind of too bad because you don't define it. And, you know, I hate to sound like a prick, but the point is that you can't, clearly if you were in from a different ecosystem, like, you know, you're mad, bro. Like, you didn't think of the idea. You didn't do it. Now the best you got is to complain about a name. Sorry. You know, I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. I'm sorry that it was all just copy and paste for you and you hate creativity. But, you know, if you want to try to determine, you know, what mining means, you might want to dig up the first Bitcoin miner and ask him why he called it a miner, and then, you know, take issue with it. But, this is the last time, like, I'm going to address it, unless I find something really stupid. But the point is that this is crypto. You can build whatever you want. You can call it whatever you want. But just generically speaking, the term mining, you know, is an upfront cost to extract something of value over time, you know, hoping that you extract more value than what you put in. That's what everybody here in crypto is in here for. You know, is anybody farming? Is anybody planting seeds in the ground and growing crops, you know, inside their computer? No. Don't get bent out of shape about the terms. Grow up. Let's make some money. Stop being a dick. And, you know, let's have fun here.
I love it, Bolt. Thank you, brother. We needed that. Again, I know all of us have been a little bit on edge, but it's true. I mean, it just needed to be said. I know that we've seen a lot of confusion over the last few hours of what this NFT really is. We've said from the very beginning, it is an Ethereum virtual miner, and that is purely semantics and a marketing, ploy to get new users into the protocol. We're not misleading anybody. We're not saying that we're buying Ethereum miners or validator nodes and putting them to work, or some, you know, trading bot in the background. I mean, you can't even mine Ethereum at the current moment. The only way to get ETH is through validator nodes. So that comparison is just idiotic to me, that people just don't take 10 minutes to read the white paper on what it is. Yeah, the white paper is short. It's one page. It's not complicated. We don't have to go into everything, and we have purposely been vague on how the funds are being applied in the ecosystem as to not get front run by potential bad actors, you know, that would do a heavy deposit into Detonator or nodes or whatever else we're going to use to be able to produce yield. So, you know, everything we're doing here is built on trust and transparency. You know, everything is viewable on chain. We've said all along that exactly what Bull just elaborated on about, you know, quote unquote mining. We're utilizing the EMP ecosystem to apply funds through a series of smart contracts. Again, non-custodial. We're not managing anybody's funds for them, to be able to produce a yield through the EMP ecosystem in actual Ethereum. And, you know, there was another comment about, you know, the risk tolerance. Well, I would argue that this system is even less risky than a traditional miner, because you don't have to worry about electricity costs changing or algorithm changes. I mean, you can buy a $50,000 ASIC miner, and the next day the algorithm changes, and now you're getting, you know, a tenth of what you were getting, and so you don't have to worry about any of that in this ecosystem. So yeah, go ahead, Bull. You want to elaborate?
Yeah,
on
man.
that?
I was just laughing at what Love Temple wrote. Fire insurance. Absolutely. So, obviously he's kind of joking about the 4090s and the 4080s that are starting on fire. But
yes.
Yeah. The point here is that it is you know, you can calculate the risk and the reward better here than you can with a miner. And I'll give you one simple story. And anybody that's bought an ASIC has been through this. You know, if you were in the first wave of any ASIC, the first time that it's going to be put on an algorithm, you know, that was maybe CPU, then to GPU, to FPGA, to ASIC. If you are in that first wave of the ASICs, you're licking your chops because you know that you're going to be able to hash better, you're going to be able to earn better, you know, and then Bitmain, great an engineering company terrible ethically. However, I won't go into that, but if you buy that, put that pre-sale down for that miner, 15 grand, 20 grand, whatever it is, hoping, that you're going to hit that payday because you're calculating, you're looking at what the GPU is making on that particular algorithm at that time. So you do the math, you've crunched the numbers, you talk to your wife, you buy that ASIC, and you're like, oh, okay, man, like we're going to ROI so fast and this is going to be so great. Well, that ASIC takes a couple of months to show up. And you know what you did? You just funded, this company's R&D. And so what's going to end up happening is they're going to ship 500 miners out. However, they're going to have them tested, on that algorithm for a month or two, just to make sure that they're running fine. In that time, they're going to be the ones collecting all of that profit that you thought you were going to. You're going to receive that miner. And then you're going to be like, okay, shit, I can deal with that. I guess, that's just the kind of the how to deal with it. That's what happens in the mining business. And so next thing what you end up seeing is that first run of 500, you have a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 days, where the difficulty is, static. Then all of a sudden you see that difficulty and your profitability going down. The difficulty of the mining is going up. You see your profitability going down because this company has just put 2,000 miners on that algorithm. And they're the ones reaping all the benefits. You're the one taking all the risk for their reward. It's the exact opposite here. You buy that NFT, it plugs into the ecosystem, you become an owner here, and then you reap the benefits completely proportionate to your share of ownership of this ecosystem. There's nobody coming in, with if somebody came in, they're not going to be able to reap the benefits, just like, I explained with that company that builds ASICs, because the system works completely different. They can't hold those NFTs and, mine for you and then take the rewards and then send them on over and then, put some more out there. Because when more people come into this ecosystem, the difference from mining is that we see, price appreciation both on EMP and on eShare, and we see APRs go up, and that's the difference versus actual mining. When more people get interested in mining, you know what happens? Another thing, profitability goes down because there's more competition. And so it's the exact opposite here, because you actually own and you see the profits of your proportional ownership of the ecosystem. It's not that way with mining at all.
Yeah, absolutely, Bull. And last point I want to make is, again, back to the risk tolerance comment, there will be liquidity in exiting these NFTs as well. Just like with the Sentinel Squadron NFTs, the Treasury will be providing, a floor price or sweeping the floor to where if you're not happy, or you feel like, the returns are not what you expected, or, you just bought one and didn't know what you were buying, you can essentially flip that on the secondary market, which is unheard of in traditional mining equipment. I mean, you take a risk selling something on eBay, you pray to God that you don't get a chargeback, or like Bill said, they send you a rock in the mail. And right now, explicitly, how we are utilizing the funds from these Ethereum virtual miners to then be plugged into our ecosystem at EMP through a series of smart contracts to generate the yield in actual ETH. Again, it's not a made-up or wrapped version of ETH. It's actual ETH, and then it's bridged back to Ethereum mainnet, where you can claim once a week. And yeah, I mean, the rewards are going to be low, especially if you only have one NFT, because again, we're calculating a 50 to a 100% ROI on these, which means, you essentially get your investment back within 1 to 2 years. But all the, yeah, go ahead, Bill. Yeah.
50 to 100% APR.
Yep, APR, exactly. So, and that means that this is all calculated with Ethereum and EMP being at what it is today. I mean, we could easily see a price increase over the next year or two that could, double or triple that APR, which then reduces your ROI time by half or even a third. So, you know, again, I just want to be completely clear. You know, it does get frustrating when people, you know, to say that we're being misleading when, again, you can't even mine Ethereum anymore. So that right there is just, you know, crazy that people would think we're saying something and doing another. And again, even if you had an Ethereum validator node at 32 ETH, the APR on those nodes is like 8%. So we're literally, you know, 10 times what that reward could be if you just went to an ETH validator. So, all right, I hope that clears it all up. Again, I want to keep it positive because we are killing it. I mean, let me go ahead and pull up the page right here. While I do that, Bull, anything you want to add real fast?
French fries are good. So yeah, no, it's this mint is killing it, and like you have said, you know, many times in the past, there has always been a plan, you know, or at least the idea to get to mainnet, to give EMP the exposure to all the people that maybe don't even want to come over to BNB Chain, you know, for whatever reason. You know, I'm not here to tell them, you know, they should or shouldn't come. You know, if we can build a bridge, which we have, you know, and have that landing spot over there, you know, this is, you know, we can see ready right now, right? Yeah, see, 147 NFTs minted. Like
Exactly.
this is, you know, and we're not, I think we're 10 hours in or 11. And so, you know, just looking at this, I'd say this is a pretty darn good start, because I would imagine if we were in a bull market, that would probably have a zero behind that. 7 would have a zero behind it. You know, it'd probably be 1470 NFTs minted. But, you know, looking at like just all over the space, the condition, you know, all the fear, I'd say 147, you know, NFTs minted at 0.8 ETH. That's pretty darn good, especially for, you know, that first try out there on ETH mainnet. So take it away, AJ.
Yeah, no doubt, Bull. So again, this is our mint page. We went live about 11 hours ago, and because this is an open mint, meaning, you know, there isn't a hard cap, we do feel like we're going to see a lot more volume towards the end, and we'll make a little bit of an announcement in regards to that real quick. But I wanted to just show the mint page, show everybody it is live. Again, POW'r POW'Up.EMP.money is the URL. The link is in all of our socials. And like Bill said, they're about 0.8 right now. Again, they're $1,000 equivalent in Ethereum, so they'll go up and down depending on what the price of ETH is at the current moment. But yeah, I mean, that's $150,000 roughly that is going to be entering the ecosystem, and we're only 11 hours in. So at the end of the day, all this does is allow, you know, people to get exposure to EMP and ETH. It's essentially the easy button of this protocol, and yeah, you sit back and you claim your rewards once a week or once a month or once a year. And again, that's what we did. Oh, my son's excited in the background for him too. So, but all right, let me go ahead and pull up my my desktop, and then we'll go over some more notes. Hang
It
on.
reminds me of, AJ, is that those stories that of people that left, you know, like a few $100 or $1,000 in one of the auto vaults on Tomb before it blew up, thinking, oh man, this project failed, and you know, came back like a few months later and was like, holy shit, like
Yeah,
look at what happened here,
totally.
like crazy. And so, not that I advocate people forgetting about your investments, but you know, it's something that like that could happen, because you know, my nephew contacted me today, and he's like, I'm really low on money, you know, what should I do? I'm like, oh, you should get a job. Nah, he's like, there's got to be something else. And so you know, he's 16, girlfriend, all that, blah blah blah. But anyway, you know, like just thinking on that, you know, I could see, you know, not so many, but I could see, you know, a certain select few people kind of forgetting about that investment, coming back, and, you know, somebody tells them, oh, ETH is at like its all-time high, and they're like, what? They just kind of forgot, and they go back and look, and they're like, oh man, like jackpot, totally forgot about it. It was making me, a few dollars a day, and then all of a sudden that few dollars, turned into more. They just didn't realize it until their friend, let them know about that all-time high.
Yep, totally. And again, I mean, this is about as hands-off as it gets. So, and this is all while maintaining exposure to ETH. So, not only are you getting a yield-producing asset, but now when, and it's not if, it's when Ethereum goes to 2,000, 3,000, who knows, 5,000, 10,000 in the next year or two, um, the APR and the return still allows you to, again, because it's ETH in, ETH out. So you're still maintaining your actual Ethereum that is going up in dollar value the whole time. So yeah, all right, cool. Well, again, it is going really well. We're right on schedule, based on our expectations. Like Bull said, obviously, if we were in the middle of a bull market, we could add a couple of zeros to the end of things. But a lot of the marketing that we lined up is just now starting. So we've seen some great videos today. We just had an hour-long live stream with another brand ambassador that we brought on in the Spanish community. So that went really well. We have a ton of other YouTube videos coming out in the next 24 hours, and the Twitter has been blowing up. So I don't know if you guys have seen our Twitter, but a ton of articles and NFT focused channels have been covering us. So it's only getting better. So with all that and under all the time constraints, we are considering extending the mint by a couple of days. Again, we'll make an announcement on that officially. It doesn't really hurt anybody because these are pure utility based NFTs. So whether we sell 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, I mean, that the more that we're able to sell, that is more money that goes into the ecosystem and produces a yield for all of us. So we want to make sure we maximize.
Wait a second, AJ. Wait a second. I just
Yes.
thought of something.
All right, go ahead, Bull.
You know how they always say, after the Super Bowl, what they're going to do when they win. If we mint 10,000 NFTs here, where are you going to go?
I'm going to Disneyland, definitely, Bull. Oh man, that's right. Yeah, well, we're at Disney World all the time, but I would love to go to California and go out to Disneyland. So yeah, brother, I agree. I mean, that would be quite the feat, especially under current market conditions. But yeah, I mean, the point is that because they're pure utility, obviously we don't want to flood the market. So there will be an end. I mean, it might only be a day or two that we're extending it, and then once it ends, then anybody that does want the NFT has to buy it on the secondary market. So again, just making sure that we're fully transparent on what the goals are, and it really is just dependent on when these advertising streams can deliver. I mean, we've been backed up. The holidays are coming up. We're on a super tight deadline as it was, so another day or two isn't going to hurt anybody, and it may even allow us to generate more income for the protocol. So, all right, and then again, pay yield to all of you, because I mean that's it. We're not we're not custodians of this money. We're not investing it for you. We're simply utilizing it in the EMP ecosystem through a series of smart contracts. So the more we're able to raise, the more money that enters the ecosystem, and the more bullish it is for all of you that are already in the ecosystem as well. So it truly is a win-win, and people just like to create drama sometimes about what they think is happening. But anyway, after we do finish the mint, which again will be no more than 7 days, probably less. So early next week, I would say, we will be updating the URL. It will be the same powerup.emp.money URL, but it will be a new interface that again will allow you to claim your rewards on Ethereum mainnet. So this is another major bonus to this NFT. Typically with these, fractionalized mining NFTs, which again, if we called it a fractionalized miner, then yes, that would mean we're buying, ASICs and GPUs to mine, but we're not. It's a virtual miner. So, but with these fractionalized mining NFTs, there's an entire 6 month to 1 year window where the funds are used to buy the equipment and start um, compounding into their treasuries before yield is even paid out. So not only would you be buying this NFT, but then you're having to wait a year to get paid. So with us, again, we're hoping to utilize the yield within days. So as soon as the mint is ended, it'll be an additional 7 to 10 days, which means you'll be earning actual ETH in a matter of about 20 days from today. So and hopefully sooner. I mean, Jake, our developer, is a legend. He had the the smart contracts finished on our Sentinel Squadron NFTs in a matter of days, rather than a week. So again, we
Now,
always
do we have to pay an import tax on that NFT?
no, bull, no import tax, no fees, no nothing, no electricity. Yeah,
I'm here to tell anybody, like, when you order those ASICs and you get that 25% import duty bill, it's quite a shock. So
yeah, no, 100%, bro. And again, those are just the little things that nobody thinks of, and how we're
ooh, ooh,
streamlining.
ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, there was one last comment that somebody made that that I've never had to deal with, but for people like that are in countries where the police aren't above board, or like any type of like governmental body might not be above board, like they have to pay bribes to these people to get the miners in there, and then they have to pay an ongoing bribe when you have that miner drawing electricity where they know where you're at. So
Good
too
point.
bad, it really stinks for those people. But with POW'r Up NFT, it's not something you have to worry about. Like that crooked cop down, wherever you might live and be experiencing that, you're not going to have to deal with that, because
Yep,
it's quiet, it's
yep.
digital.
Exactly, Bill, no doubt. So, all right. So yeah, again, we'll update everybody on that with the actual claiming process. But all of you, I mean, the mint is live. We're calling it a pre-sale, just for again semantics reasons. But right now, the mint is actually live, and you're getting your NFTs in your wallet immediately. So once the again pre-sale or mint is over, the UI or the website will change. It'll be the same URL, the powerup.emp.money, but it will then be a new interface where it will recognize what NFTs you have, how many you have, and then it'll show you, what you can claim on a weekly basis. So again, if you only have one NFT, you may want to wait a month or two before you claim. The rewards will accrue during that whole time, but because of gas fees and everything else, you know, we are saying you can claim weekly, but it's probably a better idea to not claim weekly, just based on fees, unless you have multiple NFTs. So, just want to clarify that. And, we did purposely, do this as well because our goal was always to transition to get Ethereum mainnet users on board, but we were waiting for those fees to come down. So again, this was perfect timing, and why we're trying to roll out a lot in the last few weeks of the year, because timing was of the essence with all this. So now that Ethereum is proof of work, I'm sorry, proof of stake rather than proof of work, our gas fees are much less, and so this concept of having a yielding NFT is way more affordable than it would have been had we done this, a few months ago when Ethereum was still proof of work. So, all right. Again, just to clarify how to buy, you will go to that URL I showed earlier. Again, all the links are in our socials. It is on Ethereum mainnet. You'll have to have ERC20 ETH in your wallet. Right now it's zero point 0.8 Ethereum, and you click mint. So if you're not on Ethereum mainnet, maybe you're only on Binance Smart Chain, make sure that you bridge actual ERC20 ETH over to the main Ethereum mainnet, and the two bridges that I recommend the most are Cellar Bridge, Celler bridge, and Simple Swap. I love Simple Swap. That is also a great, again, quote unquote bridge. So yeah, Bull, anything you want to add to the logistics or anything we missed out on, Bull or LA, before we move on to the Detonator Defenders?
I think we said it all.
All right, cool. Anything I missed, LA? I know we've been going non-stop, so
No, I think we're good. I think that's a perfect segue.
yes, totally. So
I'm just kind
again,
of I'm just kind of taking it all in. You guys have just been killing it.
yeah.
I heard you pop open a drink. Are you having a beer, LA?
No, that is Kika chewing on something that I just gave her.
I love
Sorry,
it.
that's my dog.
Yeah, Kika just grabbed up with a beer. Oh man, that's funny. She's like, I can't deal with this anymore. I gotta have a beer. So yeah, no. Oh, good stuff. So yes, on that note, we are also launching our Detonator Defender NFTs. So we've been teasing the 12 days of Christmas. Over the next few days, we did the first and the second. Obviously today's the third. So LA, did that email go out yet or after this AMA?
We sent out an email earlier. We kind of segued today because of the mint, but we are going to be posting a little sneak peek tonight for the third day of Christmas.
All
So
right,
keep your eyes peeled on our channels for that.
there you go. Yep, no doubt. I mean, I write that emails with LA for days in advance. So I don't know what's going on, what's going out when, but yes, we both have been writing emails. Again, you all have been super supportive. They always are coming from me. And with that though, we have so much going on that the actual teasers of the images will probably be again, like LA said, later tonight in our socials. But the point is
When he
that
tells me that he wants to write emails about his little elves and stuff, we sit there laughing on the phone.
exactly, yeah, no doubt. We definitely got really cute with all the emails and all the content that we're putting out. But hey, we're here to have fun. So again, if you're not having fun in crypto, you're doing it wrong. So yeah, all
Yeah.
that being
Why so
right, Bull?
serious, right?
Why so
Why so
serious?
serious?
Yes, in the words
Yeah.
of the Joker, absolutely, Bull. So, all right, so we are again over the next few days releasing all the artwork through these NFTs. It will be a series of NFTs. All of them are community focused, so there'll be a lot of inside jokes, uh, um, a lot of highlighting, community members that you may or may not know. But it all leads back to again this dynamic series of collectible NFTs that you will definitely want to have all of them. Again, we are probably going to be putting together. I don't want to drop too much alpha, but there'll be opportunities to get maybe the entire series, and all of this is going to helping the detonator, not only from the protocol standpoint, but from you as the investor as well. Because the number one complaint uh, that we see is that people don't want to have to come and compound in detonator every day, even though it's specifically designed that way to be as sustainable as possible. These NFTs will do all of that for you. So just like the Sentinel Squadron NFTs, it's essentially an exact copy with a little bit of tweaks here that we'll go over in the white paper. But the overall gist is you mint the NFT. They'll be $300 a piece, and there'll probably be a lot less that we're doing. It will be a capped mint, and it will be on December 13th. And again, all these details will be coming out in the next few days. We just are focusing on POW'r Up at the moment. And if you're already in the community, these NFTs are super powerful because you get rewarded in EMP ETH LP that you can then utilize in our ecosystem to make an even bigger yield. So we'll go over all that in depth when we're ready. Again, white paper is coming, and we're going to continue to tease all of the artwork as we really lead up to it. So, all right, anything about that, LA, that before we talk more about Detonator itself? I don't know if you want to elaborate on any of that Detonator Defender details.
Well, I'll just give some alpha in that AJ is currently putting his touches on finishing up all the artwork as we speak, and
Yes.
God, it's turning out so amazing. Like, it's just blowing me away. It's so damn cool. And the little previews that you're seeing, those are not the finished like NFTs.
Great point.
Those are just the characters from the NFTs. But those are not like the actual NFTs. Those are just little sneak peeks. So the sneak peeks are meant to give you just like a little taste of the feel for the collection. But when you actually see the real NFTs, it's when we're minting them and like much closer to the actual date. So getting to see the actual finished product for the first time these last, I guess, 12 hours or so. We're just finishing them all off. AJ is the GOAT. I mean, they're just so cool.
Oh,
They're
right on,
amazing.
LA. No, we both are the GOAT. You've been helping me with all this again. The major alpha LA, I love that you dropped it. So, yeah, that is a lot of you been asking. Again, you know my background. I am a digital artist. I mean, obviously, I have a lot on my plate right now, running all these crypto, initiatives. But obviously, I would love to be able to do more art. And all of you said, well, hey, when we do another NFT series, why don't you do some of the art in the NFT series? So you asked and we answered. So yeah, like Ella said, we did work with a third party illustrator that helped us really do the caricatures, but I went through and really designed all the final product, so to speak. LA was instrumental in some ideas. Bull as well. Obviously, all the inside jokes in our community that we have to incorporate into all these detonator defenders. Bullet came through hard on that alliteration, as usual, on a killer name. So it really is a collaborative effort. But yeah, these will be some original artwork NFTs from yours truly. And yeah, we're super excited. So they're coming together great. Again, that's another thing. Not only do we have to make sure that this mint worked flawlessly, but now we have to get ready to do an entirely new mint with even more artwork and get it all finished, in a matter of 10 more days. So again, bear with us when we say that we have a lot going on, and anything you all can do to help is greatly appreciated. We've seen a lot of you show up in the YouTube videos and the Twitter retweets and liking and commenting and subscribing. So yeah, anything you can do to help us is greatly appreciated. Pushing all these initiatives. So and then
we've had some major EMP warriors this past week, man. Oh, we're so appreciative. Like, the Twitter has been blowing the F up today. Like, I'll tell you, you guys have been on your retweeting and commenting game, and I can't tell you how amazing that is.
Yeah, totally. It really does help. I mean, again, it sounds minimal, but it really isn't. I mean, that sort of stuff is what helps us get in front of the right people. And what our Discord alone has grown by like 600 people. LA, were you telling me that earlier, I think?
Yeah, let me check right now, see what it's up to. Because that was like a while ago. Yeah, it looks like about 700 now.
Cool.
In
awesome.
the last 12 hours. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, there you have it. So, all right. I wanted to clarify two more things too that we saw some questions on, and if there is any other questions, please feel free to put them in the comments of YouTube or Telegram or Discord. So, and then LA, I think we have a winner that we need to pick as well. So, if you haven't done that yet, I'll give you some time while I go over this. But again, back to the I don't want to call it FUD, but people that just ask questions and don't really know what's happening. We do use the Chainlink Oracle for the Detonator random winner drawing. So we are using the only way to have true verifiable randomness is through the Chainlink oracles, and all of our Detonator products use that integration. We are still working with Chainlink on a co-marketing campaign with them. I sent them an email again today on all of this. So, but the code is utilizing the Chainlink Oracle, and so again, there is no possible way that we can determine who wins or who doesn't win any of the lotteries in our ecosystem. And I think that the only reason that people may feel this way is that there is a slight advantage to those of you that continue to compound. And so, just based on pure law of averages, again, math is key. The people that are compounding more and are able to accumulate more tickets, it's just math that they are winning more frequently than somebody that only maybe has one ticket or two tickets. So, and we do this on purpose. Again, I know that it may seem like we're fairly unfairly rewarding larger whales or larger balances, but all the smaller balances, as long as you're compounding, and maybe adding a little by little DCAing in and getting at least one ticket a day just from fresh deposits, that will dramatically increase your odds of winning. So, and you know, it's just the way of life is that those that risk more, should have a little bit more an opportunity to earn more. So, it's not unfair. We have whale taxes built into the protocol, or the detonator specifically, where, if a whale does continue to win the lottery, then they're taxed even more heavily when trying to claim. So it does protect all of us that are in detonator. And again, once we see the pool balance start going up again, I think all of you will finally realize, why we do what we do and say what we say, because we have built the most sustainable ROI platform through Detonator, in existence. So I don't know, Bull or Ellie, you want to elaborate on that a little bit, or? Oh, Bull, are you there? I don't know if you're maybe muted.
I think Bull's the one to talk about
Yeah, yeah, he's really good at it. I was
wh-
gonna have him.
what is that calculator that you use for the odds, Bull?
Oh, sorry. I was furiously typing and not listening. Can you just rehash 30 seconds and then I'll
Yeah,
answer you? I'm sorry.
yeah, no worries, bro. I know you're multitasking. So yeah, we were just discussing, how some people may think that, our lottery rewards those that have a larger balance, but that it really just boils down to the tickets and how important it is, to try to
Yeah.
accumulate
Yep.
as many tickets as you can, and maybe talk about
Yep.
your expected value calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
For
Yep.
sure. So, always when the chips are down, that's when Detonator looks like it stinks. Right? Like the pool balance is down, your daily burst is down. However, like right now is your best chance, are your best chances, because there's less competition. There's, the LP is cheap. So if you look at it and, if you believe in EMP and you believe that Ethereum is going to go back up, you can look and see, oh, okay, well, the LP is $28 right now. I remember when it was 128, almost right at the beginning. Because I think ETH was around 3,400 or so when EMP launched, right around there. And so in looking at that, people were really excited to get into, Detonator when it first launched. Even though the LP was high, they were seeing those, those that daily reward being really high, like the winning the lottery, that because they were looking at the dollar values and not really the LP. And so you have to really kind of look at both and look at what the situation is and if it's going to be beneficial for you. Like, do you think that you are going to be into Ethereum in a year, 2 years? Are you still going to be in EMP? Well, like right now is actually the best time to be, considering, getting into the detonator and or the reactor, because less people do it. People are more fearful. And, I can't tell you, well, it's been a lot. There's been so many times that I've heard people, when the pool balance is on the way back up, the LP is higher. People are like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten into that. Well, the thing is you can always make that, calculation and see, oh, okay, I should get in right now because, LP is, it's $100 cheaper than it was when Detonator launched. There's less tickets, right now than there have been, those are on like the downswing too. So your ability to kind of multiply your investment, is higher right now because there's less competition and LP is cheap. And so when LP jumps back up, and then we'll start seeing the pool balance go up, and then all of a sudden we'll see tickets explode again, and then your chances are going to go down. So the thing that I've always focused on in Detonator is to make sure I have that maximum amount of tickets. And I'll just go over like how I did it historically. Like I was in Detonator day one. I had 2 really foolish snipes. I think of like 75 LP each or something, thinking, oh, this is going to be the day that I win. And I didn't win. So, I started, really figuring out like, okay, what are the better times to get in and how do I do that? And so, I've taken a few stats classes. So I looked up, lotteries and expected value and, like an odds calculation to figure out like, when is that ideal time for me to get in? And, I always encourage people, like, you want to get in and you want to win the lottery. Like, AJ used to have that expression where you make your first shot your best shot, because we didn't have a cumulative deposit award. Now we do, but still, you want to make that first shot your best shot. And like I was talking to Charlie, shout out to Charlie, today, because my nephew, he wanted to snipe in Reactor today. And, he's the reason I was talking about kind of the people that kind of set it and forget about it and come back like a month later and say, oh, what's going on here? I haven't been paying attention. But he wanted to snipe in Reactor because the ticket count was low and, the deposit was low, but he was looking at it like right after, the rollover. And so I said, well, you're not going to win, with a 0.6 LP snipe, buddy. And so, but the point is that whatever your situation, you have to maximize like your chances. And one of the best way to build tickets is through the farm and through eShare, because if you really want to kind of boost up your tickets, you want to use the fastest earning method. And like I've always said, I'm an eShare Max, and using your eShare to build up your tickets is really the fastest way to do it. But if you have the money to try to win a snipe, that's a really good chance to obviously speed up like that ROI. It's a fast way to get to, those 50 compound tickets. It's a fast way to, kind of be able to allow you to change your strategy in other parts of the farm or in other parts of the ecosystem. And so in looking at, all the options that are there, and then, there's going to be a different strategy for everybody. But, I can tell you, it took me months, like I think 3 or 4 months of compounding on my one account, on the one I have on my YouTube channel. And, it took that long of compounding to get to a ticket. And every day, I still click compound and think, oh boy, I hope today's the day. And usually Charlie tells me if I win. So I'm waiting for that day that Charlie tells me that I win on that account. But I haven't, but, I still keep compounding because it's the thing that changes the ability for you to, have a lot of flexibility in the rest of the system. And I know it seems like unfair that, and I think, so this is anecdotal, but people tend to think and look at like, the people that win are the people that, they always have 100 tickets or 50 tickets and they're always going to win. But the reality is it's really a mix. There's been, so many people with just a few tickets that have won. And of course, you do have better odds at winning if you have 50 versus 1. But ultimately, each ticket has the same statistical chance to win. And I know we were just having a conversation with the Chainlink team, to kind of get their butts in gear to start advertising for us. But the point here is that, one ticket can really change the trajectory of everything for you in the ecosystem. And I know I'll just dox a little bit, but I know there's somebody listening on this call that was a little bit disappointed in like how they were earning in the ecosystem, but then ended up winning the lottery. And, I think that really kind of like reinvigorated their spirit about how they felt. And maybe I'm making a couple of leaps here, but I just know for me personally, like that first time that like I won the lottery, I went from like 12 tickets to 28 tickets. And it was such a great feeling to have that happen because of those two former snipes that I thought were going to win and I didn't. But the ultimately, knowing that like the power of the detonator, seeing like how it has stabilized this economy, this ecosystem and the economy here, and how powerful it is as a product in DeFi to just know that even though like I didn't win the snipe, all that LP is protected in there for me tomorrow because I'm going to have tickets in there tomorrow. And it's probably, one of my favorite ways to try to earn in the ecosystem. But there's a lot of different strategies and there's a lot of different people here that have different strategies, and everybody here that I know, shares those type of strategies that really kind of fit your particular needs. So I would always encourage people, if they're interested in trying to figure out how to win the detonator, they start talking to people, or like, if we look at the Sentinel Squadron, like that was a really good solution for people because, that was an NFT that was $300. And if you put $300 in, you're not going to get a ticket, you're not going to be able to compound yourself a ticket. And so in looking, like when that was being built, that was a really good solution for people that, can't win the snipe. They don't have thousands of dollars to invest, but that particular, project, program, whatever you want to call it, that NFT gives everybody that opportunity to participate in being, a lottery winner in, like the reactor, because it's that wallet's getting 50 tickets. And then if you own 1% of those lotteries, like you're going to get 1% of those lottery winnings. And so that's a really powerful, like motivating factor for people to get involved with different parts of the protocol. And, we've always listened to what the people have said here about making sure that, hey, like, my daily burst is going down. I can't get that ticket anymore. I can't hit the compound button, and boom, their Sentinel Squadron, kind of to the rescue for those people, in regards to the reactor. And, that is a really beautiful fix, for a lot of people, because it compounds for you. It gives you a chance to win the lottery, as a group. But if you look, it's wallet number one, everybody's daily burst went up. And so like, there's a lot of benefits, especially to, the lock nature, the rewarding nature, and the ability for everybody to participate. And even if you weren't in Detonator or Reactor, but you're in other parts of the ecosystem, you are indirectly affected and protected by Detonator and Reactor. So, give a pat on the back to everybody that's in there, because they're helping secure all the things that you're holding outside of that ecosystem. So I don't know if that's what you wanted me to get into, but
yeah, no, that was absolutely perfect, Bull. Again, we have options for everybody in the ecosystem, and yeah, I mean, again, and one thing too, I just wanted to one last point on that we didn't touch on earlier was there is a maximum on the tickets themselves as well. So even if a quote unquote whale was able to accumulate, tickets through compounding, you can only get a total of 50 tickets a day through compounding. So, you know, it is designed as extremely as fair as possible. And unfortunately, we've been impacted by the bear market where all crypto has been down. Therefore, the pool balance of detonators gone down. But I think all of you that actually take the time to learn how the economics work in these detonator protocols are gonna be really rewarded when things do turn around. And we've said it almost every day, talking about the way that the system works. It is designed to reward or take reward to reward the patient rather than the impatient, meaning those that continue to claim because they're scared or worried or they see the pool balance go down and they don't follow a compounding more than you claim strategy. Unfortunately, that is how you minimize your earnings, and we're about maximizing earnings. So, and with the Detonator Defender NFT, again, for a price tag of about $300, where, like Bull said, if you were to put that into, Detonator or Reactor directly, you may not get to maximize your lottery tickets. This is a great way to do it, again, through a series of smart contracts, and be eligible for the lottery through that number one wallet, and not have to worry about compounding every day. So it's just a win-win again. Everything we do at EMP, we design it to benefit everybody. I mean, obviously, we don't want to roll something out that would negatively impact, another part of the protocol, and we have that all in mind when we do release these new, incentives. So, all right, I think
I'm,
we're,
I'm,
yeah, go
uh,
ahead, Ellie. Yeah.
I'm calling these new Detonator Defender NFTs my own personal lottery ticket printer. That's how I'm thinking of it in my
For
head,
sure.
because I'm gonna just buy a lottery ticket every single day until I win, and then probably keep doing it every single day after, because it's just too good. It's just the perfect way to, I mean, create yet another infinite money loop.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, because remember, the POW'r Up NFTs are rewarding you in, ERC20 Ethereum on the mainnet. But if you're already in our ecosystem, and use the Defender NFTs, you get EMP ETH LP, which, like LA just said, that can be then utilized in our ecosystem, to generate even more yields. So you go right into the farm, or you take that and you go back into Detonator on your own, and now that could be essentially a free ticket every day, just like LA said, the free ticket printer for your lotteries. So yeah, again, we put all the puzzle pieces on the table. It's up to all of you to put the puzzle together the right way, and that's the beauty of crypto. I mean, we're not pushing the buttons for you. We're not managing anybody's funds. We're not leverage trading. We don't have some crazy bot in the background. I mean, it's just, again, this is such a different economic model that is on the cutting edge of DeFi and is the power, of what we have built here. So, all right, go ahead, LA. I think we have. Did you pick a winner, or you want me to?
I did,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Okay.
Yep. Let me just pull that back up. Okay, tonight's winner, the wallet ends in AEB3C7. AEB3C7. Congratulations.
Killer.
What a
Yes.
day to win.
I know, right? Congrats to them. I love it. So, well, there you have it. And again, that winner is for our single staking eShare pool. We're going to run that for a few more days, where we are picking a winner for out of anybody that's in that eShare pool. and they get one of the Sentinel Squadron NFTs. And the Sentinel Squadron NFTs, they've been killing it too, man. We're a month in with those. That was our proof of concept on how powerful the utilizing NFTs in our protocol can be. And we're just over a month in, or right around a month in, and it's been at least a 10% yield on those NFTs. So super promising, and the floor price has been holding very steady. Even today, we saw the floor price go up. They're over 1 BNB again. So again, to be a month in and to have the floor price be that steady is unheard of in NFTs, especially NFTs with no utility. But we actually have utility here, and that's what makes these NFTs even more special than just a pretty picture. So, all right, awesome. Well, I got to go to bed early. I'm absolutely beat. So I'm gonna wrap it up. But Buller LA, any last minute questions or comments?
Yep. Just a couple quick things. I'm going to be posting a flyer tonight for our Twitter space that we're going to host. And then I'm also going to be posting the third day of Christmas. So watch out for those two things in our channels tonight.
Perfect. All right, awesome, LA. Yes, and I will be available tomorrow. I think what time is that Twitter space, LA? Do we know yet?
I've got to ask you.
All right, yeah.
So we'll figure
All
it
right,
out
we'll
when we get off.
confirm. We'll confirm that right when we get off. I know we'll probably do it before the regularly scheduled AMA. So, but yeah, definitely drive traffic and invite everybody to that, and we'll be good to go. So, all right, enough of the delirious banter. I apologize again. All of us have been going on empty, and we need a little bit of a good night's sleep, and then we'll be ready to hit it hard tomorrow again. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Bull, any last words? I know I always say that to you, but yeah, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, like truly, like if you're stressed out, crypto's freaking you out, like just disconnect for a while and go do something else. Because staring at that screen doesn't change anything. It only tends to serve to aggravate you. So make sure you get outside, get some exercise, do something. Go to a movie. Just get out of your house, get out of your apartment, wherever you might be, and have some fun. Hang out with your friends, family, whatever. But it's so good to disconnect because like this can be very stressful, and especially if you're over invested, and I hope you're not. But if you are, we're doing everything we can here to help this ecosystem grow, be sustainable, and making sure that everybody here, is can go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning knowing that this protocol is still going to be here in the morning when they wake up, or at night whenever it is you might wake up. But because we see it in so many places, across DeFi, especially, where people wake up and like that that website is 404, and like what the hell's going on, like what's up. But you don't have to feel like that here, because we are working diligently to, obviously, if you look at POW'r Up, go cross chain, get over to ETH mainnet, and the Sentinel Squadron. We look at the upcoming Detonator Defenders. Like we are working really hard to make sure this protocol is growing, it's protected, and it's sustainable, and that everybody here absolutely can go to bed knowing that this project is not going to rug pull.
Perfect. There you go, Bull. Great way to end on not that financial advice, but the life advice. Again, we're all here. We're all human beings. We all have lives of our own, but we're passionate about crypto. And if it's stressing you out, definitely take a walk. I mean, we're not going anywhere. The protocol's not going anywhere. Crypto is not going anywhere. We just everything is cyclical, and when things do recover, again, all of us will be positioned extremely well for that. So, all right, thanks again, everybody. Again, appreciate the support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe both on this video and all of our socials. Again, you're going to see a lot more coverage coming out over the next few days. We're ramping up even more. So again, we're trying to do everything in a matter of days as we close out the year. But now all the actual influencers should be rolling out this content, and we should see even more volume going into the POW'r Up NFTs. So, all right, everybody, good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.